From translation, Net New English Translation. This 30th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Exodus 36 to 38. Exodus chapter 36, verses 1 to 38. Bezalel and Oholiab, and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given skill and ability to know how to perform all the work of the service of the sanctuary, are to do the work just as the Lord has commanded. Then Moses summoned Bezalel and Oholiab, and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given skill, everyone who was willing to come and perform the work. They received from Moses all the contributions that the Israelites had brought to perform the work of the service of the sanctuary. And the people continued to bring freewill offerings to him morning after morning. So all the skilled people who were doing all the work on the sanctuary came, each from the task that he was doing, and said to Moses, "The people are bringing much more than is needed for the work that the Lord commanded to be done." Then Moses gave an order, and they sent this proclamation throughout the camp: "Let no man or woman do any more work for the contributions for the sanctuary." So the people were restrained from bringing any more. For the materials they had were sufficient for all the work to be done, and even more. Then all the skilled people among those doing the work made the tabernacle with 10 curtains. They were made of fine twisted linen, blue, purple, and scarlet cloth, with cherubim woven into them by an expert hand. The length of each curtain was 42 feet, and the width of each curtain was 6 feet. All the curtains had the same measurements. He joined 5 of the curtains to one another, and the other 5 curtains he joined to one another. He made loops of blue material on the edge of the outermost curtain of the first set, and he did the same on the edge of the outermost curtain of the second set. He made 50 loops on the first curtain and 50 loops on the last curtain of the second set, the loops opposite one another. He made 50 clasps of gold and joined the curtains to one another with the clasps, so that the tabernacle was a single unit. Then he made curtains of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle. He made 11 curtains. The length of each curtain was 45 feet, and the width of each curtain was 6 feet. All 11 curtains had the same measurements. He joined 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. He made 50 loops on the edge of the last curtain in the first set, and he made 50 loops on the edge of the last curtain in the second set. He made 50 bronze clasps, and joined the tent together so that it might be a single unit. He made a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering of fine leather above that. Then he made frames for the tabernacle of acacia wood as uprights. Each frame was 15 feet long and 2¼ feet wide, with 2 tenons for each frame. He did this for all the frames of the tabernacle. He made the frames with 2 sockets for each frame, from one end to the other. So he made frames for the tabernacle, 20 frames for the south side, and he made 40 silver bases under the 20 frames. 2 bases under one frame for its 2 tenons, and 2 bases under the next frame for its 2 tenons. So he made frames for the north side, 20 frames and their 40 silver bases, 2 bases under one frame and 2 bases under the next frame. So he made frames for the west side, 6 frames, and he made 2 frames for the corners of the tabernacle at the rear. They were paired at the bottom and paired at the top to a single ring. He did this for both of them, for both of the 2 corners. So there were 8 frames and their 16 silver bases, 2 bases under one frame and 2 bases under the next frame. He made bars of acacia wood, 5 for the frames on one side of the tabernacle, 5 bars for the frames on the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the frames on the west side of the tabernacle. In the center of the frames, he passed a bar through from end to end for all the frames of the tabernacle. He overlaid the frames with gold, and made their rings of gold to hold the bars, and he overlaid the bars with gold. Then he made the veil of blue, purple, and scarlet cloth, and fine twisted linen. He made it with cherubim woven into it by an expert hand. He made for it 4 pillars of acacia wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were gold, and he cast for them 4 silver bases. He made the curtain for the entrance of the tabernacle of blue, purple, and scarlet cloth, and fine twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer, and its 5 pillars with their hooks, and he overlaid their capitals and their bands with gold, but their 5 bases were bronze. Exodus chapter 37, verses 1 to 29. Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood. It was 45 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 27 inches high. He overlaid it with pure gold, inside and out. He made a gold molding around it. He cast 4 gold rings for it and attached them to its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other side. He made poles of acacia wood, overlaid them with gold, and put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry the ark. He made the mercy seat of pure gold. It was 45 inches long and 27 inches wide. He made 2 cherubim of gold. He made them of hammered work at the 2 ends of the mercy seat, 1 cherub at one end and 1 cherub at the other end. He made the cherubim of one piece with the mercy seat at its 2 ends. The The cherubim had their wings spread out above, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings, with their faces facing each other. The faces of the cherubim were toward the mercy seat. He made the table of acacia wood. It was 36 inches long, 18 inches wide, and 27 inches high. He overlaid it with pure gold, and made a gold molding around it. He made a 4-inch frame for it around its surface, and he made a gold molding around its frame. He cast 4 gold rings for it, and attached them at the 4 corners, where its 4 legs were. The rings were alongside the frame as holders for the poles to carry the table. He made the poles of acacia wood to carry the table, and overlaid them with gold. He made the utensils for the table, its plates and its pitchers and its bowls and its libation bowls. He made them of pure gold. He made the lampstand of pure gold. He made the lampstand of hammered work. Its base and its shaft, its cups, its buds, and its blossoms were of one piece with it. There were 6 branches extending from its sides, 3 branches of the lampstand from one of its sides, and 3 branches of the lampstand from the other side. There were 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms on one branch, with buds and blossoms, and 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms on the next branch, with buds and blossoms, so for the 6 branches extending from the lampstand. And on the lampstand itself there were 4 cups shaped like almond blossoms, with buds and blossoms, and a bud under the first 2 branches from it, and a bud under the next 2 branches from it, and a bud under the third 2 branches from it, for the 6 branches extending from it. Their buds and their branches were of one piece with it. All of it was one hammered work of pure gold. He made it 7 lamps, and its snuffers and its trays, of pure gold. He made it, all of it, of 72 pounds of pure gold, including all its equipment. He made the altar of incense from acacia wood. It was 18 inches square and 36 inches high. He overlaid it with pure gold, its top and its sides all around, and its horns. He made a gold molding around it. He made 2 gold rings for it under its molding, on its 2 sides, on its 2 projections. He made the poles of acacia wood, and overlaid them with gold. He made the sacred anointing oil and the pure fragrant incense, the work of a perfumer. Exodus chapter 38, verses 1 to 31. He made the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood. It was 7.5 feet long and 7.5 feet wide. It was square. Its height was 4.5 feet. He made its horns on its 4 corners. Its horns were one piece with it, and he overlaid it with bronze. He made all the utensils of the altar, its pots, its shovels, its bowls, its flesh hooks, and its firepans. He made all its utensils of bronze. He made a grating for the altar of bronze network, under its ledge, halfway up the altar. He cast 4 bronze rings for it as holders for the poles, and placed the poles in the rings on the 2 sides of the altar in order to carry it with them. He made it hollow with planks. He made the bronze basin and its bronze stand from the mirrors of the women who served at the entrance to the tent of meeting. He made the courtyard. On the south side, for the south side, he made hangings for the courtyard of fine twisted linen, 150 feet long, with their 20 pillars and their 20 bronze bases. The hooks and bands of the pillars were silver. For the north side, 150 feet, with their 20 pillars and their 20 bronze bases, the hooks and bands of the pillars were silver. For the west side, hangings of 75 feet, with their 10 pillars and their 10 bronze bases, the hooks and bands of the pillars were silver. For the east side, toward the sunrise, the courtyard was 75 feet wide. They made hangings for the east side, 75 feet, with their 3 pillars and their 3 bronze bases. The width of the courtyard on the east side was 75 feet. The hangings on one side of the gate were 22.5 feet, with their 3 pillars and their 3 bronze bases. The same for the other side of the gate. They made hangings for the gate on both sides, 22.5 feet, with their 3 pillars and their 3 bronze bases. All the hangings around the courtyard were of fine twisted linen. The bases for the pillars were bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver. The overlay of their capitals was silver, and all the pillars of the courtyard were banded with silver. For the gate of the courtyard he made a screen of blue, purple, and scarlet cloth, and fine twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. It was 22.5 feet long and 7.5 feet wide, corresponding to the height of the courtyard, with 4 pillars and their 4 bronze bases. Their hooks and bands were silver. All the tent pegs of the tabernacle and of the courtyard were bronze. This is the inventory of the tabernacle of the testimony, which was counted at the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites by the hand of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. Bezalel son of Uri, son of Hur of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord commanded Moses. With him was Oholiab son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and designer, and an embroiderer in blue, purple, and scarlet cloth, and in fine linen. All the gold of the offering that was used for the work on the sanctuary, in all the work of the sanctuary, was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel. The silver from those who were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents and 1775 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel, from a half shekel per person, from everyone who crossed over to those who were numbered, from 20 years old and upward, for 603,550 men. The 100 talents of silver were used for the bases of the sanctuary, and for the bases of the veil, 100 bases from the 100 talents, 1 talent per base. With the 1775 shekels, he made the hooks for the pillars, and overlaid their capitals, and made bands for them. The bronze of the offering was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels. With it he made the bases for the entrance of the tent of meeting, the bronze altar, the bronze grating for it, all the utensils of the altar, the bases for the courtyard and the bases for the gate of the courtyard, all the tent pegs for the tabernacle, and all the tent pegs for the courtyard.